Hi Anna. In this video I'm just going to show you how you can create loops and use them to fill in areas that don't have any any beats in them, so that you can have a continuous beat for your dance class. So here I've just got a mix playing 127 BPMs, and what I'm going to do is create a loop from the track so that I can actually then place it underneath and fill in any areas that have no beats. So I'm just showing you there's areas of this track that have got no beats in it at all, and these are the areas that I'm going to create a loop and then place them underneath so that there's a continuous beat. So the first thing I want to do is make sure that the snap to grid is turned on so that I can create a perfect loop. And now I'm going to just zoom into the track using my scroll wheel and holding down the shift button on my keyboard and the left button of my mouse. I'm going to create a selection box, and here then I can alter the size of the selection box so that I can hear I'm getting a perfect loop. I'll then export this loop as a WAV. So go down to the save to type and select a WAV, and now I'm just going to rename the track new loop to fill track. So what I'm doing is I've just made a selection box, and now I've got a loop inside the selection box, and now I'm going to export this loop so that I can create a little loop and then place it underneath the areas that have no beats. Once I create the loop, then it's placed in the mixing screen straight away and you can see it. So I'm just demoing to show you that I've created this small little loop using the selection box, and now what I want to do is bring this loop into the areas underneath the areas with no beats whatsoever. So here's the first area that has no beat, and now I'm just going to drag in this loop underneath so that I'm covering in the area with no downbeat. So in your dance track, if there's an area with no beat, I'm going to cover it up here with this loop. So I just drag it on to cover up the area, and then I click play, and you'll see the new loop is continuously playing that new beat over that area that had no beat whatsoever. I'll now go over to the next area, and here's a longer area with no beats. So what I want to do is bring in the loop I created underneath again, like so. I'm just playing it here just to show you that there's actually no beat here for quite a long time. So I drag in the loop, and then I just drag it along the area where there's no beat. And now when I click play, you'll see that the beat that I created, that small little loop, is now covering up the area with no beats whatsoever. So in your dance class you can continuously have a beat playing even in areas where there is no beat. So once I've done that, then I can, and I'm happy that there's beats now covering all the areas that didn't have beats. I can actually click on the auto selection tool and highlight everything, and then right click and select add to group, and I'm selecting group 1 here, and now this whole area has become a group. So you can move all the track with the new loop in there, so you can move it around to different areas of your dance class or whatever if you wanted to move it to the track 3 instead of track 2, and you don't have to worry that the loops are always staying in sync in those areas that you put them in. Well, I hope this helps, and please get to ask me any questions you want if there's anything you want to understand more in this process, and I hope it helps. And if you have any more questions, please don't hesitate to contact me. Thanks a million. Bye bye.